So imagine with me, you just wake up, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and the aroma of freshly brewed coffee comes from your kitchen. For me, there's no better way to start the day than with a fresh, hot cup of coffee. According to my research analysis, the majority of you consume coffee on a weekly basis. Um, Half of you agreed with the statement that when coffee is consumed in moderation, it is beneficial for the human body. While the other half was unsure of that statement, half of you agreed. A statistic that I found from the National Coffee Association, more than half of the American population consume coffee on a daily basis. So today we will talk about some common stereotypes of coffee consumption, how it affects your body, and some health benefits from drinking coffee. So first, let's discover some common myths. First one, that it stunts your growth. There's actually no real evidence that can support that coffee is the reason that you may not grow as tall as someone else. Although it is not suggested for a child's diet, there's no real evidence to support that coffee will stunt your growth. It's more of an old wives' tale that we're told from our parents. Another common mistake from coffee is that it dehydrates you. Coffee is actually made up of 98% of water. Although coffee should not replace your daily intake of the water needed every day, it does not cause dehydration itself. And three, that coffee can be addictive, or people can be addicted to coffee. Although some people may seem like they're having caffeine headaches when they stop drinking coffee, there's no addictive agents that are in coffee, much like cigarettes or alcohol. And there's actually no real withdrawal period from stopping to drink coffee, as if you were to stop smoking or to stop drinking. So to say that coffee is addictive is actually false. Now that we've covered a few myths, let's talk about how coffee affects the body. So when you drink your coffee, it goes down into your stomach, into your small intestines, and that is where the caffeine is absorbed into your central nervous system. From there, it goes up to your brain, which then affects your endosyn receptors, which will actually affect your dopamine activity. And for some that may not know what dopamine is or what it does when caffeine affects it, it's a neurotransmitter that when released into the brain gives you that caffeine high euphoria sensation that some of us, or that most of us feel when we drink coffee or caffeinated drinks. Coffee also affects your serotonin receptors, and when in with combination with dopamine, that's what gives you the feel-good sensation of drinking a hot cup of coffee. So far, we've talked about some myths and how coffee affects the body. Now let's talk about some major health benefits. One, it reduces the risks of type 2 diabetes. In a study done in 2014, they studied over 1 million people that drank coffee, that drank 2 or more cups a day. They saw a 12% decrease in type 2 diabetes. Another health benefit is that coffee actually helps reduce the risk of death. In a study funded by the National Institute of Health, and it was published in the prestigious New England Journal of Medicine, researchers explored the relationship between coffee drinking and the risk of dying. The study included more than 200,000 men and 170,000 women who ranged from age 50 to 71 years of age at the start of this study. The study went on for 13 years, making this study one of the most powerful studies of its kind. So from this research, they concluded that Coffee significantly lowered the risk of death. It helps lower the risk of heart disease, respiratory disease, strokes, injuries and accidents, and infections. So another health benefit of coffee is that it protects your cardiovascular system. It positively affects your heart, blood vessels, and your brain. 15% decrease in heart disease when coffee was consumed between 2 and 3 cups a day. Lastly, coffee is a great source and is full of antioxidants and anti-inflammatory agents. So, in closing, we can now see that when coffee is consumed in moderation, that it can be very beneficial for you and your body. We covered some stereotypes, we covered how coffee affects your body and your brain and the caffeine in the coffee, and we discovered some major health benefits. While some may still remain skeptical of coffee drinking, coffee will always be an essential part of my daily diet. Thank you.